Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Small Sips of Freedom. Can you believe it's finally July savings month, and in this month I think we should just kind of focus on retirement. How do you guys feel? I feel like we don't necessarily understand the options that are out there for us. So this month I'll be focusing on retirement and how you can actually be planning for your retirement. I'll also be doing a really interesting collaboration on that, so be sure to watch out for those videos coming up. But anyway, on today's video we'll be talking about what retirement annuities are. So retirement annuities 101, because I'm really trying to prep you guys for all the great content that is going to be coming up after this, so that you guys have a little more context and you really understand exactly what we're talking about. Anyway, let's get into it. Are probably one of the most spoken about products when it comes to retirement planning, especially for those who don't have a pension fund from their employer, for example. So in today's episode, we'll be focusing on the fundamentals that actually build up retirement annuities, so that we do not get confused. I'll be covering topics such as defining the retirement annuity, the tax benefits that come with it, as well as contribution limits, rules in terms of how and when you can access it, and so on. So to start things off, what are retirement annuities? So retirement annuities are essentially an investment vehicle with underlying investments. I like the way Stealthy World actually puts it as a bucket with investment blocks in it. So essentially it's the same thing with a tax-free savings account, in that you can still invest in the ETFs and the stocks and the bonds and so on without necessarily putting them in a tax-free savings account. That is the same thing with retirement annuities. You have stocks, you have bonds, you have whatever you'd like in that investment, but it is contained within your retirement annuity. What makes your retirement annuity special is Regulation 28, which limits the type of things that you can invest in your retirement annuity. So it limits the amount of equity exposure that you can have, it limits the amount of offshore exposure that you can have, for example, and all of these things are put in place by the government, literally just to ensure that people do not invest in things that are too risky and end up losing their retirement savings, essentially. So you get two types of retirement annuities. So there's variable retirement annuities as well as fixed retirement annuities. With the fixed retirement annuity, you're essentially entering into a contract with an insurer, and that insurer is giving you a fixed return each year. Retirement annuities also come with contribution limits. Currently, you can only contribute up to 27.5% of your annual income before tax, which is also capped at 350,000 rands if I'm not mistaken. So while we're on the topic of contributions, one of the benefits of retirement annuities is the tax benefit. That is, if you are contributing a certain amount of your money before tax into a retirement annuity, you are essentially reducing your tax bill. Because if you are earning 20,000 rands and you end up contributing, let's say 5,000 rands, that reduces your annual income, which puts you probably in a smaller tax bracket. Another rule on top of the contribution limits and the Regulation 28 limits is also the accessibility aspect of it. So the retirement annuities, you can only access your investment or your cash at the age of 55. So before that age, you literally cannot touch your money, unless if you find yourself in special situations such as relocating to a different country, or you found yourself with an illness that has made you unable to work and so on. So those are really special cases that you need to go through an entire process for you to actually access that money, and even with that you might actually be hit with a hefty tax bill. So that is something to keep in mind as well. So fees are probably one of the biggest topics that comes up when we're talking about retirement annuities, and that is because there's a lot of offerings in terms of retirement annuities that charge enormous fees, that charge ridiculous fees, to the point where literally you're making no money after you've paid the advisor fees, after you've paid the platform fees, after you've paid the management fees, and so on. But with that being said, there have been some products that have been coming up that offer much more affordable fees compared to, for example, the industry standard that's around 3% going upwards. There are some companies that are even offering like 1% or even less than that. So fees are one thing you really need to take into account when you're looking around for retirement annuities, because they will eat at your returns. So I know I've touched on a lot of topics in this video, a lot of moving parts and a lot of little things that you need to know about retirement annuities, but I'll be definitely going into a lot more detail about those things in the coming few videos. But if you have any specific questions, be sure to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to that comment. Anyway guys, I hope this video is actually helpful for you and adds to your own financial literacy and your own financial journey and just makes your money work even harder for you. But anyway, I will see you on my next video. Just bye for now.